Based on current realities, it is said that each time Nigeria votes, the narrative is equivalent to the voting population for the entire West African sub-region combined, a huge task for INEC to undertake. Nonetheless, though there are electoral challenges, there has been gradual improvement on conduct and delivery, according to the INEC chairman.
Now, doing so involves recruiting, training, and deploying staff that number several times more than the entire armed forces of Nigeria. For the 2023 general elections, will engage at least 1.4 million ad hoc staff. Quite apart from our own regular staff, these ad hoc staff are the staff that operate at the polling unit level and those that serve as collation and returning officers. And 1.4 million is bigger than the size of the Nigerian armed forces. So the number of election duty staff in Nigeria is bigger than our armed forces.
INEC is said to be keeping an eye on the security situation in the country, especially the zones prone to terrorism and banditry, in view of the sensitive nature of its mandate.
Quality of elections in Nigeria has been generally improving, although I admit that challenges remain. These are not changes that will happen in a revolutionary way. In those days, in the 80s, when we were doing the Aluta with Festus Okoye and our president Larry Arogundade, we thought that overnight will change Nigeria. We are now older and wiser. But there has been incremental improvements in this process, gradually, such that if you reflect on how elections were conducted, say in 1999 or 2003, it's as if it's no longer the same Nigeria that you knew. There were moments when winners were declared, when voters were still on the voters' queue. It will never happen again.
For the Nigerian Guild of Editors and the media, it behoves on them to provide qualitative news to the electorate and discourage acts of misinformation.
INEC and the editors do have any problem working together to defend democracy. And one of the major ingredients of democracy is free, fair, accountable elections. So we have no choice than for both of us to work together for the benefit of Nigerians. We are in the business of giving information to the people. You are as good as what you know. So the people, the voters, need information, credible one for that matter, for them to make informed choices.
We as the media really have no option than to perform our responsibility, as allocated to us by the Constitution. The Constitution requires us to hold government accountable to the people, and so election by its nature, is the gathering of the people, a process by which the people, elect their leaders. So we as the media has no other option than to support the Electoral Commission to deliver on its responsibility and mandate as mandated by the Constitution. So it was only, more or less referring to our constitutional responsibility to hold not only the government to accountable, but its own agencies like the Electoral Commission.
With a new electoral law at hand, it is said that INEC is made more independent to carry out its duty, with the media on hand to ensure it does. Niyi Ilo, Arise News.